Manchester City can still win the Champions League this season. Yes, you heard that right. Their Champions League dream isn't dead yet. They can still stun Real Madrid and conquer Europe again. Before you rush to argue with me, hear my point first. Before I continue, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to start getting daily football news from us. Manchester City's Premier League campaign has been shakier than a house of cards in a hurricane, but they are so back. The reigning Premier League champions have had a bumpy ride this season, losing 5-1 to Arsenal and struggling to keep pace in the Premier League. But if history has taught us anything, it's that never count out a Pep Guardiola team in the Champions League. Now that Rodri is back to form and will be playing against Real Madrid, Pep Guardiola said with full confidence that they will win the Champions League again. Now, they face their ultimate test, a two-legged showdown with Real Madrid, the kings of Europe. A loss here, and City's European dream is over before the knockout rounds even begin. A win? It could be the spark that reignites their season. Let's rewind to 2023. Manchester City didn't just beat Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals, they humiliated them. A 4-0 demolition at the Etihad sent a message to the world. There was a new powerhouse in town. They went on to lift their first-ever Champions League trophy after beating Inter Milan in the final, completing a historic treble. That wasn't just a fluke, that was domination, and many of those same players, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish, are still there, ready to do it again. Of course, Madrid got their revenge last season, knocking City out in the quarterfinals. But guess what? That game was decided on penalties. It was a coin toss, not a golf in class. The City was inches away from advancing once again. So, when people say Real Madrid are favorites, remind them that City outplayed them over 2 legs just a year ago. Remind them that Guardiola knows exactly how to beat Carlo Ancelotti's side. Every great team has a weakness, and right now, Real Madrid's backline is held together with duct tape and prayers. Injuries have ravaged their defense, with David Alaba and Eder Militão out, leaving Antonio Rudiger to hold the fort. Meanwhile, the City has its issues, with Rodri's absence a major concern. But here's the difference. Guardiola's system thrives on adaptability. We've seen him turn John Stones into a hybrid midfielder, use Bernardo Silva as a left-back, and tweak his tactics on the fly. Madrid? They rely on individual brilliance, and if their defense crumbles, they're in big trouble. If Erling Haaland, who broke every goal-scoring record in sight last season, gets even a sniff at goal, it could be lights out for Madrid. Then there's the elephant in the room, Kevin De Bruyne's future. His contract is running out, and at 33, many are questioning whether the City should let him go. But make no mistake, City needs him now more than ever. Yes, injuries have slowed him down this season. But when he's fit, he's still one of the best playmakers on the planet. And let's not forget, he was the architect of Madrid's downfall in 2023, running the show and ripping their defense apart. Sean Wright-Phillips, speaking to 442, believes City should do everything to keep him. Man City wouldn't want to part ways with him, not just as a player, but as a leader in the dressing room. And he's right. De Bruyne isn't just a footballer, he's City's heartbeat. If he's fit and firing, Madrid should be very worried. Let's not forget that the City has been here before. In 2021, they made their first-ever Champions League final. In 2022, they were seconds away from eliminating Madrid before a miracle comeback. In 2023, they wiped the floor with Europe's elite. This season hasn't been perfect, but if they beat Madrid, who's stopping them? Bayern Munich, struggling under Tuchel? Barcelona? Nowhere near their former selves. PSG? Still reliant on individual magic. This is still Manchester City's era. One win could change everything. Doubt them at your own risk. This team has proven time and time again that they rise when it matters most. They did it against PSG in 2021. They did it against Madrid in 2023. They could do it again. If City knocks out Real Madrid, there's every chance they go all the way once again. The pieces are there. The belief is growing, and Europe should be on high alert. So the question remains, can Manchester City shock the world again? Don't bet against it.